this is the losers podcast this week.
Exactly. Just
this is the Cancun podcast. Yes. There we go.
Cancun, let's do it, bro.
Yeah.
Cancun
1, 2, 3, Cancun,
great.
bro. Cancun sucks ass, bro. Fuck
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. I walk like a champion.
So with that, it's time for some anime book club.
Oh yeah.
So we finally got to start our new show this week. It is unfortunate JT cannot be here with us, but we don't want to push it on another week.
It is because I did his notes for him.
Exactly.
Yes, indeed.
So we have a great stand-in while he is gone.
Indeed.
Guys, we started Jujutsu Kaisen, which has been the biggest thing since
Fucking finally
it came out.
Oh,
Yes.
fucking
I've been waiting to watch it. I wanted to read it first, and then like fuck it, let's do it on the pod. We did it. We did episodes 1 through 3 this week. And let's just get right into it. Miles will definitely take the lead on this one.
Hell yeah. Nah. So yeah, so first and foremost, the main character's name, I kind of fuck with it because it's like Itachi and Chidori in the same fucking
There
thing.
we go.
Yeah, bro, that was my first. Yo, bro, that's what I'm
I
saying.
mean, that's how most Japanese names work, though. The first part and the second part.
Yeah,
from two
I
different
thought
words,
that,
they
yeah.
put together.
Yeah, Itadori and shit. So again, so we fucking with him. The way it shit start out, you know what I'm saying? This nigga's about to get bodied off rip. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is
You're
going on?
Record scratch.
Right.
You're probably wondering how I got
Yo,
in this
literally, this
situation.
shit start like any BET movie. So yo, my black people, this is definitely for y'all. I swear to God. But yeah, so basically, Itadori, he slide in, and then we get the whole backstory of him. Grandfather sick. He's doing his whole thing in school. He's part of the occult group. Basically, like these niggas into like weird
Very mob psycho.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like, you know, they into shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Meanwhile, Itadori, like, he's this whole athletic ass nigga he can do really whatever the fuck he wants.
He was Niamke, if you want to.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm
Shout
saying?
out Niamke for my people in Baldwin.
Yes. Indeed. And then next scene, we go to the hospital. And actually we meet before we go to the hospital, we actually meet his future compadre. I forgot his name, but I'm gonna just refer to him.
His name is
Fugitori?
Fushigori.
I was close.
I'm gonna just call the nigga Goth Sasuke because that's what he give. That's the vibes that he get.
Bro,
Sasuke not goth enough?
No. He's more Goth than Sasuke.
It's like in my notes.
Actually, I lied. He's emo Sasuke.
So in my notes, I put Fushigori Sasuke, and I put Itadori Naruto's annoying ass.
Yes,
Bro, I literally have for my notes for episode 3. It's like, what in the Team 7 is this shit?
Bro, God. Like, they didn't.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll definitely.
In episode 1, I think it was funny because, like, before we started getting it, I saw, like, a lot of responses on, like, TikTok and stuff. Was mad people thought they thought the story was gonna be about the grandpa living.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Him doing shit.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, damn, like y'all ain't had to kill the nigga off rip.
Bro, this man was
spoilers ahead.
This
Just in
man
case.
was in 1.5 scenes, bro.
Yeah, literally.
He straight up went. He went. Hey,
Gone, dude.
don't die like me. Deuces.
But to be fair though, like that's like a very like Spider-Man like with great power comes great responsibility type of fucking quote where it's like, hey, like.
Yo.
You know, you gotta protect like the people you love, and you gotta like make sure they die in an honorable way. Which is like, okay, bro, like I totally fucking get that. Like, cool. Yeah. Like,
I thought it was gonna be almost more of like we're gonna find out something about the grandfather the first time when I was reading it and stuff like that, or it's gonna be like a Hattori no Shida, where it's like there's gonna be flashbacks of this grandfather who like passed on this knowledge, and even now that like second time going through for the story for me. Why the fuck he go, I'm going to tell you something about your parents. He's like, I want to hear it.
Hell yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah.
Tell me about his parents. I want to know.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason why this motherfucker needs to be so damn athletic.
Yeah, this nigga, they say he run like 100 meters, 550 meters in like 3 seconds or 5 seconds.
They said, just like when, what's his name? Fushigori?
Fushigori.
Yeah, just like Fushigori is out here is like, damn, there's only someone born like that like once every 1,000 years or some shit. Like him and Gojo said that.
Yeah, that's definitely fake Kakashi Sensei. Like that is like literally he's
goofy Kakashi.
They did not have to do that. Like they could. I didn't like that.
It's like so funny because I was like, I put in my notes because I took notes this week, guys. Because because I don't do this on my own podcast, but I said Itadori legitimately the most prolific athlete of all time. Like legit, like it was like they mentioned like him throwing the ball, like the heavy bono,
the
like
heavy joint,
it was like oh fuck, he threw like a baseball pass, and I was like oh shit, like this is this is kind of crazy. Like
Right.
we'll see later on in a couple episodes, like hey, like he might be like the most prolific athlete of all time. Like
literally.
Filling out in Japan, bro. Like,
Right.
Also, like the humor in the show is good.
Nah, it's
Like
definitely
the humor is definitely good.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, with Gojo, where he gets introduced, we're definitely moving ahead a little bit. But he's goofy Kakashi.
Yeah.
But like going to his sense of humor, going into when they're talking about him when he goes to challenge, like with the gym teacher challenging him.
Hell yeah.
Like the first thing, the president going like, "Damn, the teacher's more of a problem than him." He was like, "How is this fair if he changed what he put down on his fucking thing?" And then. Like the whole shit was like, yo, they said he's like Mirko Krokop reincarnated. Yeah. If you don't know, that was like a legendary like MMA fighter. And they go, he's not dead, bro. Like shit like that.
Yeah. Just a last like little back part of it. I don't want to get too much into the summary, but just so y'all know basically what's going on is that Itadori, he ended up encountering this curse,
fighting one to save his group members.
Yes, exactly. And then he ended up he had to save his fucking his occult group, and he ended up eating the item that Emo Sasuke was looking for, which in turn gave him some fucking wicked ass powers that he just somehow has control of. Meanwhile, like other characters in anime, they get fucking the slightest of shit and they can't control it for fucking half of a season. So
so here we go.
Yeah.
So now this is definitely going to go into episode 2.
Yes.
And as we get into like Gojo comes out here to introduce himself officially.
Yep. Hell yeah.
First of all, he's out here like, yo, I got these snacks. He was like, yo, we're supposed to get you this curse item. He was like, I was like, yeah, I sent you to go do it. Let me do my thing. I just want some snacks. We out here. I'm trying to enjoy myself.
Hell yeah.
So Gojo is I have it right here. Like, so like I obviously, so I'm out of these two, like I'm the one who's watched the series.
Yeah.
Like in advance, right? So like I will say like Gojo, I wrote Gojo's interesting, probably my third favorite character overall, second favorite at this point in the story. Gojo, like Gojo is very much like he is Kakashi, where it's like, hey bro, like almost where it's like he's almost too lax about things, where it's like, bro, like there are fucking demons with like curse energy like around the continent, you know, like what the fuck are you doing? Like
literally,
why are you so chill about everything, bro? Like
because he's the strongest, bro.
Exactly. He said, he's like, yeah, I'm the strongest. And I was like, man, you fucking bitch. Like, it's fucking God.
Yeah. He said, yo, bro, he literally said, yo, turn into them for just 10 seconds and then, you know.
Yeah, he's
just
like, come back into
yeah.
Well, I was like, he's like, yeah, listen, I was gonna go easy, but my student's watching, so I'm gonna show off a bit. So that's one thing, like with the Kakashi comparison, and I don't want to like lead on too much as for where the story progresses, but it's like you definitely get. I would say not that Kakashi didn't care about his students off rip, but we find out later watching Naruto that he wasn't a good teacher before.
Yeah.
So it's like Gojo, he's a good teacher. Like
for
you get that off.
For what we see,
he definitely cares a lot. Like even when he going into the episode 2 when why am I struggling with this? Fushigori. When he goes he's like, yo, like they're gonna kill him, but like personally, like I want you to save him. And he was like, all right, like you dealt with him, it's like I haven't met the kid, so I don't know what he's like as a person, but you did, and I trust you, and I'm gonna try and hold it down for you.
Hell yeah.
So that, and then the fact that he takes him under his wing off rip.
Yep.
Right. Love to see it, but bro, like my thing is he's straight up like I'm the greatest, and then like you said, people can't in other animes have to learn how to control this shit inside of him.
Yep.
And man's is off rip like fuck it.
Which is like it kind of makes you
opposite thing.
Right. And even so it's like it kind of makes you more and more curious about his backstory and more if like, and I'm glad you said it because I definitely forgot when the grandfather was like, I want to tell you more about your parents. It makes me wonder if that comes in at some point later on. So yeah.
I was gonna say like, and that's one of the things that I like that differentiates from like other shows like Naruto or Black Clover, where it's like you have someone that has something inside of them. You gotta learn how to control it. Where with him, it's more well, this thing you're just gonna try and hold it, and it's gonna get stronger each time. So good luck. You seem to be doing pretty well so far, so you're showing some promise.
Yes.
While in every other show, it was straight up like, don't even fuck with that. Whatever you got inside of you, don't bother with it. It's gonna fuck you up. Leave it alone.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I do want to mention that this is the introduction of the demon, Sakuna.
Yeah.
This guy's a fucking motherfucker, dude. Like like you can tell from the jump that he's just like, hey, like I'm trying to take over. Like, you know, like he's like he's one of those dudes. And I do want to mention that, like, I don't know how this is the question for me even after I watched the season, like, because obviously the anime is still ongoing. Like, I don't know how they're gonna end the season because they made Itadori such like a character you could root for, but at the same point, like, you know, Goju is like, hey, like, by the time you consume all of these Sakuna's fingers, like, we're gonna have to kill you. You know, like, I don't know how the fuck they're gonna go about that at the end, like, because you can see like there's already like a power struggle between Sakuna and Itadori. Like, Itadori's like, no, bro, this is my fucking body. Like, why wouldn't I have control over it?
Right. And I think it's more. I think that's more. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. I was just gonna say. I think it's more evident after he eats the second finger, because then, like, you know, he's walking around with Goji, and he's in what's it called? You just see a fucking mouth just appear on his fucking face. Then after that, right. Yeah. And he's walking, and he tries to cover that shit, and then shit pops up on his hand.
On his hand,
Parasite-esque.
Right. But then for the most part, it seems as if that you know, he has control over it. You know, you know, they said they only have six of the fingers, and they still have 14 more to collect.
Out there.
It's a lot, bro. So I was saying, like, and as far as, like, I watched the first scene of the anime, and I'm like, yeah, like, that comes into play, but like, I haven't watched I haven't read the manga yet. I need to, but like, bro, I think
I will say one thing for a show this big. I'm surprised that there isn't more of the manga. Like, for the things like what I was up to date as of the beginning of May, I believe.
Wow, shit. Okay.
So for a show that was like this popular to be that close to the source scares me a little bit and surprises me. So I'm glad they're taking that break. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just kind of going off of what you said. I think in terms of the manga going and I didn't read the manga, so I don't know. One thing is that anime people like is that they like manga and they love Naruto. Naruto is probably one of the most popular fucking animes that have ever come into existence.
It's the top 3, bro.
Yeah, literally. I have no debate on that. Like, and you see the similarities early, and I think that a lot of this is something that, you know, can transition the niggas that just like Naruto into something different. That's like, all right, you know what, this is a different concept, but it gives y'all kind of the same feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, John kind of already spoke earlier about what happens later on in episode 2 about with the gym teacher. But basically he ends up transferring schools, and he ends up at this new fucking curse academy.
He ends up at UA for curses.
Basically UA for exactly. UA
Kaisen,
literally.
Yes, Jujutsu Kaisen.
UA for curses.
Let's take all the big animes right now, right? Yeah. Let's take all the big animes and let's mix it into one.
You know what I'm saying?
Hear me out, guys.
Yes, exactly.
So the next main villain's gonna be a pirate, and
man,
they're trying to find the 2-piece.
Yep, exactly. And just going into episode 3, now we discover fake Sakura, and she actually seems like she's pretty lit.
So I want to go back to episode 2 for a second.
Go ahead. I'm jumping
because I do like the principal himself of the school has like these like cursed dolls that he uses, like, and they're like these like green like bear like type of bullshit, and there's like
fake conqueror,
and they're fucking assholes, bro. Like they like it's like they go for the sucker punch, like Itadori, like it's like Itadori already won his like competition, and the fucking bear just sucker punches them, and I'm like, okay, cool, bro, like that's cool, whatever the fuck I want to do. And I will say that the second episode was the first time we see Nobara, which I guess if you're looking into contemporary anime plus like the way this anime going, like I would say like Itadori is like the Naruto, and you know Fushiguro is like the Sasuke, and then Nobara is like the other girl,
Sakura.
Sakura, you know,
but she's useful.
It's like
but useful.
But like I will say like I don't know if y'all watched, but this is the first time that the ending song starts.
Yeah, it changes.
So that song fucking rolls, and I will tell you guys right now, like if you guys go on YouTube and look up, you can look up like Yu Hakusho, you can look up Yu Hakusho, and ending like this, like you will find a lot of parodies of like this ending with other anime. And I was actually talking to a friend on my personal Twitter account, and I was like, hey, like, because he's really big in anime, and I was like, hey, like, how come? Because a while back I was able to add this ending theme onto my Spotify, right? Like I had like the song and stuff like that. And I looked today before we started recording, and I was like, hey, like, where the fuck is it? And it turns out that because the group who did this ending also did the B-Stars opening, and I was like, hey, how come I can't find either of these on the internet anymore? And it turns out that the drummer for this band had like a Ponzi scheme.
What?
And got caught. And so now like his band, like you're not allowed to put any like anime openings
because
onto Spotify.
Oh my God.
I was like, bro, like I had this on my fucking playlist forever, bro.
Is a crazy place.
I have an anime only opening, an anime only Spotify playlist. And I realized like they're not on here anymore. Like, what the fuck? So I learned that day, and I was like, that fucking song. So don't. If you're a band who does like anime stuff, do not do anything sketchy, because like they'll take it off.
Wow.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, because I love the ending of the song. Like it's like very like there's a lot of different colors, and it's almost like sketches of like the characters. And I'm like, okay, it's cool. Like I love it, bro.
Really jazzy too.
I
was fucking with that shit.
I love it, dude. And I was like,
I'm finally finishing Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Oh, you took it back.
Yeah, because I always like I tried to start it before, and I watched a couple, but like I'm finally like let me watch it. And one thing I will say, very off topic, but one thing I will say about Cowboy Bebop is I feel like I can appreciate it now more that I'm older than I could have if I tried to watch it when I was younger. Because if I tried to watch it when I was younger,
that's a lot of fucking anime.
I feel like I couldn't.
So funny about Cowboy Bebop, bro. I watched that when I was like 11, 12, and I was like, this is cool guns. I was like, this is cool, like Western guns. Okay. And I watched it again this year, like 2 months ago, and I was like, oh, this is really fucking heavy.
Yeah, and I'm appreciating the art.
I love this.
And, the music in it is so good now. Yeah. And all that stuff. They're about to do a live action in the original the original people who did the soundtrack
I be telling niggas, man, plot go crazy, man.
It's not even the plot isn't even that crazy to me. It's all the other things.
It's like the characters the way they hold themselves. I'm like, oh. But it's like going back to JJK, it's like a lot of people on Twitter were very excited for me to announce I was doing this, because they were like, "Oh shit, bro! Like you're gonna talk about an anime of the year potential, like last year, like this like the way that the art direction and the way like they're pacing itself, and like I don't feel like anything has been like over like too paced or like not paced enough. Like I feel like the way like the series is going in terms of like in this episode 2,
going into the animation stuff, this studio Maba has a good reputation, and it's like you could tell. Like,
it's Maba that does a thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's fire.
Like they're. I love it. I love the art style. Like when they get into the fights, like it's.
You see it really.
It's so good.
I think you see it really when the curses happen with what the fuck is her name? What's it? Ruben. What's her name?
Naruba.
Wow, that's really her name.
Or Naraba.
All right, whatever. And like I think that fight when she's fighting against the curse trying to save the kid, I think that fight really like showed crazy ass animation.
Yeah, also that's what I'm saying. Like she's cool. Like I like the whole country thing, especially with when we watched
Akame.
Yes, when we watched the Akame, and they would always make fun of the motherfuckers being country bumpkins.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And he's out here like, we're excited to be in Japan. Like, and that's the thing. Like, that's the difference where it's like the dynamics with Naruto and Sakura, where it's like the only similarities are in the team setting, and you can do the personalities of Itadori Naruto and Sasuke and Fushiguro.
Yep.
Other than that, it's okay. He looks like Kakashi, but personality-wise, they're different.
Yes.
Same thing. This is the girl in the group. Her personality is incredibly different from Sakura.
Exactly.
She never goes along with the antics, but I also like how they're tying her stuff in, and I like how they're tying in some of her backstory off rip. You know what I mean? We still gotta find out about Fushigoro's backstory. But with her backstory, we're getting out here like, why do you hate, like why'd you want to be a jujutsu sorcerer? Going into that episode too,
right?
We're like going back to it where he's asking the principal's asking him that same question, and it's like in my notes, the one thing I liked where it's like, it just showed how much where they're like, the reasoning doesn't matter as much as the conviction.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because he even says it. He's like, you would just come just because you hate the country. And he's like, well, I mean, not everyone has to have a good reason. She goes, yeah, it's because at least I'm being true to myself. Like, it's all about the conviction. And like, when he gets pushed by the principal, the principal's off rip. Like, yo, you're going to say you're doing this because of your grandfather's dying wish. Like, so you're going to blame him when you die? You're going to blame him if someone gets hurt? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a fact. And I feel like, the principal, I feel like he got a really good judge of character. And I think that's the only thing that he wanted to know was just like, yo, just keep it a stack while you're here. Like, I think he could have said anything that was the truth, even if it was like outside of what he said. As long as it was the truth, he would have been fine. Because, that's that.
Also, in this episode 3, we get more look into the powers. Because as far as we know at this point, we just know fucking Fushiguro has summoning and Itadori is just mad strong. So now we're getting a little more into the actual powers of other people and curse users and stuff like that, and we get
so I was like,
whatever her name is, we get seeing her hammer thing, and then also the straw doll, and I love how like everyone's like, oh shit, that shit creepy as hell.
So Nabra has like a straw doll. That's the name of like the technique, and I was like, that's fucking creepy as shit. And that'd be like, and so like, and you guys will see like later on like how like. It's almost like she's putting the back burner when it comes to the powers, because like Fushiguro and Itadori have like these like Itadori eventually finds his own power, stuff like that. It's like, oh shit. But I would say that like out of all those 3, like Nabora is like her actual like technique is like probably one of the strongest like in the entire series. Like it's fucking crazy, dude. Like, and I do like how like they talk about like how she like she came from the country, and how like the curses aren't I wouldn't say necessarily stronger, but the fact they have like more they have more intelligence involved. Like these are almost like evolved like curses where it's like they're actively thinking about like what they're doing. Like like where the curse had like his fingernail against like the kid's throat. I was like, hey, like, and wouldn't let up. Even though like
the power scaling a bit. So it's like we get some world building, not a lot because it was mainly just introduction of the main characters, I feel like, in these 3 episodes, but we do get a little bit of world building in the sense of, okay, these are what curses are. They manifest around areas of high negative energy, like schools, like hospitals, like cemeteries.
Yeah, which makes sense. Which makes sense, like in the real world.
They can adapt to high population areas. Like high population areas, they learn more about human nature, about things like that. Hence, and then we also know there's a scaling behind the levels of each.
Yeah, so
we had the special grade cursed artifact, right? She's out here looking at this. She was like, this shit is mad weak. It's a 4, maybe a 3, but because it's holding this kid hostage, I'm kind of screwed. And then also, like, even when Gojo says, he's like, now we're going to test her to see what's going to happen because she's never been dealing with a curse that's going to put up another human life. And she's out here like, well, it'll probably be better if I live, to be honest. But, like, you know, it's kind of fucked up. And she was fully prepared to give herself up. You know what I mean?
No, dude.
So it at least we know at this point, in 3 episodes in, the core team, we know what they're made of. Like we get outside of Fushiguro, we have a decent understanding of him, but we haven't seen everything about him or like him really being pushed yet. But like they did a really good job in these 3 of being like, yo, these are who we gonna be rocking with for most of it.
Right.
Here's your main character. We're gonna see what's going on with him. He's at the life change already. Let's go.
That's
like
what
it's a very good jumping off point, and especially at the end of episode 3, very ominous.
Yes.
Yeah, it's okay. Like they make it clear like this is the end of the first arc, the first little chapter of the story.
Volume 1.
And it's like shit's about to fucking pop off. And I will say because I watched this like when it came out last season, and I was like, the guys were like, hey, like if you want to come on, like talk about, and I'll watch them. So I did, and I will say like this is like there is, and you'll see like in the future episodes right there's like it's like a love story to like shown in anime. Like you'll see a lot of like references and a lot of like oh shit, like that makes sense with
you said a love story to shonen anime. Okay.
Yes,
I got you.
No, it's like you'll see a lot of like homages to to like to early like 90s, like 2000 anime, like, oh shit, that makes sense. But it's like I will say like this probably like what out of like the last like year, I guess, like the year like from now since last year, this is probably like in my top 3 of like
that's valid.
After and like I would say as of right now, depending like how like I knew the manga and I gotta see like where the anime goes. But like I would say like this is probably in my top like 10 like all time. Like, like
and that was why I was like, yo, I really gotta get on this.
Yeah.
But I'm a binge guy, so that's why I was like, let me read the manga while I wait for the season end.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that heavy.
It's like the way people have been reacting to this outside, even like you got your casual. Last time I feel like casual people got this involved in a new anime was Attack on Titan.
Yep. Yeah, I feel like so many people have been hopping on JJK.
I'm saying, bro, my sister such a response from that, and it's like you're a seasoned anime guy. You know what I mean? So for you to have that response too, it just made me like part of the reason I wanted to read it is you always hear that the manga is better than the anime.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, usually you hear that when the anime isn't that good.
I do believe
you don't hear it that often when the anime is really good that people still bring up the manga being that much better.
Exactly. But you also
except for like top tier ones. So.
Go ahead, Ruben. Go ahead.
So I will say that like this season has like everything I ever wanted in an anime. So it has a very good shonen story. Like it kind of overturns some of the shonen like tropes. It's great, dude. So
I definitely feel like of the most recent animes that we watched. I mean, shit, we've been doing this damn near 2 years.
Almost at the 2 year point.
We're almost doing this 2 years.
Yeah,
and I
bro,
think I know it's crazy. I can't even fucking believe I just said that. But yeah, like out of the first 3 episodes of any anime we've covered, I feel like these 3 episodes probably stuck with me more than anything else that I've watched so far. And I'm really enjoying it. But
anything else for like episode 3?
Nah. I think we touched on everything. I think we good to go.
Yeah, I think we're good too. I mean, this was a lot. I do think the first few episodes sets a good table for the rest of the season.
Definitely does.
I'm excited. I'm excited to continue to see how this thing looks animated. I'm excited to see you and JT will be back next week, jumping right in with everything.
Yes.
So
JT, you better fucking watch him, bro.
Yeah, he'll be caught the fuck up.
Out here having fun and shit.
I know, what the fuck, bro.
We in the fucking studio grinding.
Facts.
Working. Hell yeah.
You're out here like Dame Lillard.
Hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? Also, if y'all are following along with us with JJK, just want to remind y'all for next week, we're going to be covering episodes 4, 5, and 6. So make sure y'all keep following along with us. Yo, ABC is popping. I don't care what none of y'all say. This is one of my favorite segments of the show. But yeah.
That's it from us this week, guys. Thank you guys for listening and watching. Go make sure to follow us at Saratobi Sports on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Listen, that TikTok is still going up. We're close to 40K.
I'm just saying.
So I saw shit and I was like, fuck, I'm on this. I was like, shit.
Yeah, we're close to 40K. We got another one that's close to 1,000. So it's like, hey,
wow.
I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. I'm hoping we could keep getting that thing going. If any of you are actually listening from TikTok, awesome. And yeah, you guys can also follow me on Twitter at Offended Narwhal.
As for my tag, y'all can follow me on the gram, worldwidewest_11. All of that good stuff. Make sure y'all staying safe. You know, shit basically open now. So, you know, yeah, fuck it. Wear a mask. But wear a mask. Sure.
Ruben?
Yeah, Black Lives
So
Matter.
I will say,
yeah.
I'm gonna put a so you can find me at Reddit Mavericks on Twitter. So if you're fucking listening and you listen to this and you see that, hey, like I know that you're fucking listening to this podcast because
we know you're
listening. Because this podcast, like, yes, they talk about sports, which is fucking great. Like, there's a lot of podcasts talk about sports. I love the way that these 3 guys do it. It's almost like a D Zamero, but for sports, which is great. But the fact that they add on anime is like an added bonus to me. Like, even if I didn't have the Twitter account that I do have under Reddit Mavericks, like, I would listen to these guys every fucking week, man. Like this is like,
yeah.
This is one of the podcasts.
Thank you, bro.
I listen to maybe like 6 podcasts in general, bro. Like, and this is like the one podcast that I have. I listen to virtually no sports podcasts, and this is the one that I have on every week.
Hell yeah!
So
thanks, bro.
High praise.
Very happy.
So if you fuck with me, if you fuck with my podcast, you should fuck with these guys. Absolutely.
Hell yeah! So, I'll take it.
Thank you. And also check out his podcast, even though I don't know how you guys are going to do it with the season being over at Hoops and Pheasants.
Yeah, we'll think of stuff to do.
So. Yeah, season 2 when next season starts. I'm sure.
We'll see.
All right, that's it for us. Thank you guys again. We will catch y'all next week.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion, like a champion.